What's going on, everyone? In today's tutorial I'm going to be talking about Lightroom presets. I'll go through what they are, where to find them, how to use them, and how to make them. If you don't know what Lightroom is, it's Adobe's image editing program, and I did a video on the basics and how to use it. I'll link that up here and down below in the description if you want to start with that. Alright, let's get into it. If you're here for the free preset pack, it'll be in the first link in the description down below. I'll be constantly updating that and making sure that it's as good as I can make it, and it'll always be free. You can just download the whole pack. There should be about 10 to 20 presets in there. So a Lightroom preset is just a saved set of editing parameters in Lightroom. Everything from colors to details to effects that you save onto one file, and then you can apply that just with one click to any photos. So it's really handy, it can really speed up your workflow, and then you can save them and share them or even sell them if you want. Where to get them? Okay, so there's tons of places to get them. Lightroom actually comes with some pre-installed, both on the computer and the mobile version, so you can try out theirs. The other way you can get them is through photographers and stuff like that. A lot of top photographers and content creators actually make packs and sell their own. I've bought a few preset packs before and they never really turn out quite as good as you expect. I mean, everybody shoots different photos with different settings on different cameras, and not all of our photos are going to be the same, and so you can't really apply one preset and expect it to work perfectly. You can pay anywhere from $20 to $100 for a pack of presets. So to start, I'm going to show you the pack that I've made and how to get them into Lightroom. So you'll need to open your user presets folder. You can find this by going to Edit, Preferences, Presets, and then Show Lightroom Presets folder. I already have mine open here, and mine's in Roaming, Adobe, Camera Raw, and Settings. So when you get a Lightroom preset pack, it'll look something like this. It's just a folder. So mine's here in Downloads, and all I need to do is drag it across into the Developer Presets folder. One thing to note is that with the new Lightroom update, the preset files are .xmp files. So if you're downloading a different set of presets, that's what you should be looking for. Once you've dragged them across, just do a restart of Lightroom. Select a picture and hit Develop. And on the left-hand column, you'll see all the presets that we just installed. So right now you're looking at the photo right out of the camera, which looks pretty good, and we'll just run through a couple of the presets and see what they look like. So this is just like a subtle warm, it softens up the image. Air really brings a lot to the highlights. You can see that it brings in that teal look. The air preset is one of my favorites. It's really good for a lot of instances. I don't think it works perfectly with the greens of a garden this time, but it works great for different like city and portrait shots. I've got an aptly named one here called Gardens, so you can really see how this one pulls out the greens. It's maybe a little bit too green. We'll try something else, and you can just click right through. So to show you what this picture of a monkey looked like originally, it was a bit overexposed and the colors were a bit bland. So this one I went with the preset Earth. And you can really see how much of a difference it makes. It brings out all these earthy tones. So this one wouldn't be very good for skin tones on people. Just a quick side, if you want to use these presets on your phone, you're going to have to use the other Lightroom program. So that's Lightroom CC. I'll open that up right now. And to get them into Lightroom CC, all you have to do is go to File, and then Import Profiles and Presets. You import your presets into the program, and then all you have to do is go over here and click this little cloud where you'll sync with your phone, and then in your phone all you have to do is open your image and scroll way over to the right and then hit your presets, and it'll be usually in user presets or color presets. Presets are really good for speeding up your workflow. You can just do the one click, but most of the time you'll want to adjust them anyways. If you put a preset on and it doesn't seem to look quite right, the first things that I would change are the exposure and then maybe the white balance. But generally speaking, it's going to be the exposure that's off. So we'll go in here and develop one. And so adventure looks good, it's got the right exposure. So does air. It actually looks pretty cool right like this. I'll try and find one that doesn't quite work. So here's one that is a little bit too dark. So this preset is made for a slightly overexposed image or a really bright image. And so all you have to do to correct this preset to suit this image is go up to exposure, drag it up until it's slightly exposed, and then you can see the skin tones are a bit off still, they're a little bit too red. So all you'd have to do to adjust that is come down to color hue and just drag the red a little bit more towards the orange, and then maybe drop the saturation of the orange just a touch until the skin tone looks right. And that looks pretty good. So you can always adjust a preset to suit any image. So really you just gotta go through the presets one at a time, figure out which one looks best, and then adjust it accordingly to the image. So I'll open a photo here from our trip to Morocco, and this is M in front of one of the sandstone cities that we stopped at. I'll just reset this image and then run through how to make a preset of your own. I'll just do some standard editing practices like lifting up the shadows, dropping down the highlights. This one's properly exposed, so we've got a good start. I might drop the blacks a little bit, maybe even bump up the clarity a touch, and then adjust the tone curve. I'll just do the classic S curve. I'm not going to touch the vignette on this one just because when you're saving a preset you don't generally want vignetting in there just because every image is different, and that's something that you usually do post-crop and post-preset. So you can always hit backslash to see what it looks like originally. So I just did a basic teal and orange preset here. This is pretty common on Instagram. You see a lot of creators do this kind of thing. I think it looks pretty good with skin tones. It just gives it a bit more of like a warm desert feel, and that's true to how it felt to be there that day. It was pretty hot. One thing that you even see sometimes is people eliminating like all of the greens and just committing to the teal and orange. And you can do that by pulling the greens and the yellows all the way to one side, and then you have almost no green left. But I kind of like the greens in this one, so we're just going to leave it like that. To save this preset, you just go over to the preset window, click this little plus right here, create preset, and then decide what you want to save. Usually it's everything minus the filters and minus the effects. Then you get to name your new preset and create it. So then that'll be down in user presets. Here it is, new preset. And you can make as many as you want, and you can make different styles for different photos and different settings. And then you go back to your developer preset folder, you can group them together, and then you can sell them online as a digital product. A lot of big photographers and creators collect all of their presets into a preset pack and then market it and actually sell it as a digital product. It is a great way to support a creator if you're just looking to help them out, and then you can take a look at how they edit their photos and get a bit of insight, which is kind of interesting. The two best websites right now for selling digital products are Sellfy and Shopify. I'd recommend Shopify. It's just a bit bigger and you got more options with it. You can expand your site into anything from a portfolio to a blog, whereas Sellfy is mostly just for selling digital products. The other thing that you can do is if you don't want to sell them and you just want to share them, you can put them in like a Google Drive for free, and then you can just share the link for that Google Drive folder, and then people with the link can download it from there. Alright, thanks so much for watching this tutorial. Hopefully it was somewhat helpful for you guys. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and I'll do my best to answer them all. Stay tuned for some more adventure vlogs and tutorials in the future. See you in the next one. Peace.